You're in an arena with 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves, 1 hunter with a rifle, 7 buffalo, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, and 4 lions. You have to pick 2 to defend you, and the others all attack you. The goal is you have to survive for 1 hour. What do you choose?
That is a really tough question. There's so many good options.
Or not. There's not any good options.
I mean,
Can you show me the list?
I feel like 10,000 rats is a lot of rats. So, like, if you,
It's so many.
yeah, like, you don't want to go up against them. And you know they're going to be effective. So I feel like that has to be one of your options.
I want to know how quickly the hunter can reload his rifle and how many shots he has.
I mean, definitely not 10,000. There's no
Well,
way.
yeah, but I would have one other thing. All I know is if the hunter doesn't get downed immediately, I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah, do we have a weapon? Or is it just us? Like, we have to just sit there.
It it doesn't say, but I feel like if we don't have a weapon, there's no chance. Um, let's
So here's what I would do.
let's
I would
assume we're armed with a pistol.
Okay.
I don't know how much that's going to help against some of these things,
I
but
was
let's
gonna
just
say if we don't have a weapon, then just do your best to avoid getting shot at first. Sick your 10,000 rats onto the hunter. Like, there's no way
but,
he's gonna be able to shoot them all.
but are they going to listen to me?
Rats are very trainable.
Well, it defends you.
Yeah.
It says pick 2 to defend you. So I think that implies that they're gonna attack whatever's trying to kill you.
You should pick the rats.
I
And
would
then
argue that
pick up the rifle.
I feel like the most important things to pick are either going to be the gorillas, lions, or wolves, or brown bears. Ah,
I think, yeah, gorillas are massive and super strong and
yeah,
vicious.
and I don't want to get my arms ripped off.
Yeah.
Wait, but they're on your side.
Well, 2 of them. You pick 2.
Well, do the rest disappear? Or are they on the other side?
You weren't listen.
Animals.
This is my wife Natalie. For anybody who hasn't caught on,
And she doesn't listen.
you pick 2 of these things,
That's why I asked you
and
to go back.
you pick 2 to defend you, and the rest attack you. So for people listening,
Where's the hunter?
the options are 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves,
Oh.
1 hunter with a rifle, 7 buffalo, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, 4 lions.
See, I thought that you had to pick 2 and you were going up against the hunter with the rifle. Like, I thought it was you and your animals against
That's
the hunter with a rifle, which is why I was like, yeah, rats are smart. Get the rats.
yeah.
They'll help you plan.
Well, that's not it.
I like that better.
I think the more I look at it, the more I know I can't survive. I do think it sounds ridiculous, but you really do almost have to have the 10,000 rats.
Yeah. Because they could take out pretty much anything but the hawks.
Yeah.
Like, they just swarm something and
50
chew them to
hawks is
death.
a lot.
Oh. Brown bears seldom attack humans on sight.
The others attack you.
Yeah, the rule is they
That's one of
attack
the
you.
rules.
But brown bears aren't mean.
I mean, gorillas probably wouldn't attack you on sight either.
I'm sure a lot of these wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
Rats
I'm
definitely
saying
wouldn't.
Like a hunter with a rifle probably won't attack you on sight.
you probably
Unless
should
you're on his
have
land.
bears on your side because they're probably not going to defend you.
No, the rule is they do defend you.
Okay, so
You
these
pick-
animals go completely against their natural like.
In
Yes.
this situation, yes.
Is there an answer to this?
Yeah, I think the answer is you die no matter what. Okay. Let me come up with my answer here.
Good answer.
It's so tough.
I would say 10,000 rats and 5 gorillas, and just try to get the hunter first to take the rifle, so then you have a weapon. That's my answer.
I'm trying to think of what scares me the least. Probably 7 buffalo because I don't know much about buffalo.
They're cute.
Can I outrun 10 crocodiles?
No,
No.
absolutely not. They won't
Crocodiles
eat
are
you.
that fast?
Yeah, they're really
Yes.
fast.
I know that they're pretty ruthless. They're a lot worse than
Also,
alligators.
I don't like the rules of this game. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you just like not fight?
Okay. I think I'm going 10,000 rats and a hunter with a rifle. I'm sicking the rats on everything. Me and the hunter are running full speed. And I think the rats slow enough things down and freak enough things out that maybe, let's assume I have a pistol, I got a hunter with a rifle, that we can
You're not
We
gonna
can
just
survive.
have a pistol. It said nothing about you having a
There's
pistol.
no way you survive if you're just
There's
completely
no way
out.
you survive this at all. It's stupid. And brown bears are nice.
You've got a point. Brad, you said what did you say you would do?
I would do 10,000 rats and 5 gorillas,
I like that.
and go for the hunter first to take his rifle.
So what's the answer?
And then you just have 10,000 rats armed with a rifle.
What's the answer to it?
There is no answer.
It's not like a riddle.
It's
No.
a thought experiment.
I hate this so much.
What would you do, Nat?
I would Disney princess them all, and we would live in harmony.
All right, so Natalie dies. Got it. All right.
No, I might be the only one who lives because I make friends with animals.
Uh-huh. Hey, one thing that I've been wanting to share on the podcast, but now seems like the best time.
Oh dear God.
One time when we went out to eat, it was me, Natalie, Daniel, Derek, my dad, and my dad's wife, Tina. We all went out to eat. I think we were at like Bob Evans or
Oh,
something.
I know what story you're telling, and it was IHOP.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yes, I am.
It's
And,
very different.
Natalie, if you know what I'm talking about, what did you order?
I want to tell you.
Natalie ordered
Do you know?
a BLT, but she didn't want to have
I said without the L and without the T.
the lettuce and tomato. And so that's what she ordered. She ordered a BLT. She said no lettuce, no tomato. Our food comes out, and they hand Natalie. It's just a bacon sandwich. It's just bread with bacon in it. And you know that the cooks had to be like, they saw the order and they're like, this person just wants a bacon sandwich.
In my defense, I got BLTs and clubs confused. So I thought by taking off the L and the T that there would still be cheese and like other meats, like a club. And so I wasn't expecting it. So I was shook when they came out with just toast and bacon.
It would have been even funnier if they just brought out bacon.
It was
Yeah.
delicious.
Like if you would have just said, all I want is the B, and they just bring out bacon.
The toast too. See, there are things that aren't in the L and T, kind of like a club sandwich that I thought were still present.
But
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
I've been thinking about, I've had that story in my notes to tell for a while.
I had a lot of stories that are humiliating.
Yeah, now seemed like a good time.
Thanks for that.
I just wanted to see how long you and I could go without saying anything, and Natalie would just keep laughing.
Yeah.
I don't like silence.
Or just think of something else to say to break
Yeah.
the silence.
Yeah, she thinks that all silences are awkward silences.
They are. Hey, you have been making a really weird noise in your sleep ever since you've been sick. Like every so often. For a while, I
The
thought
sound of me dying.
no. For a while, I was afraid that David was like gonna stop breathing in his sleep, so I would like check when he was sleeping for air. But like last night, and like since you have been like on the mend but aren't better, like every so often, like every like 10 minutes or so, you'll just be like, ah, like you're having a dream where I don't know, but you
Good. Good. Good.
I'm sorry.
I leave for tour tomorrow, so I've been super busy with all of that. I'm excited. We're going to Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, and we're kind of making the rounds. Uh, we're hitting up like a lot of different spots in Alabama and Georgia, and then we'll be hovering around we'll hit a lot of different spots, kind of on northern Florida. So I'm looking forward to those shows. I'm looking forward to the warm weather. I'm looking forward to hopefully not being sick anymore soon.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, it'll good chance I won't be around for a podcast again until May. But if we can find a good spot, hopefully we can squeeze one in for next month. Oh, also, I so I can't remember. So yeah, we talked about like how I was playing Spikeball in the last podcast.
Yeah.
I went out, and after we recorded that, I went out like the next weekend, and we had like a nice like 55, 60-degree day. Alec texted me and asked if I wanted to go play again. And I asked you if you wanted to, but you didn't come because you're a loser. And
Yeah.
we go out there and we're playing spike ball, and this guy walks up like as we're kind of getting ready to leave. And I can't remember exactly how everything went, but it like he walked up and he was like, "Hey, so like you guys like spike ball?" And we were like, "Yeah, like we're kind of new to it. We're not very good, but like yeah, it's a fun game." And he goes into like, "Yeah, I've been playing for like 30 years or something like that." And we were like, 30 years? Like what, did you invent the game or something? He's like, "Yeah, actually I did." And we all kind of like laughed, and then we realized, wait, he's serious. Like so we looked him up, and it was legit. His name's Jeff, and he invented Spikeball.
Wow.
Super nice guy, and we just sat there and talked to him for like 15 minutes.
That's
And
awesome.
so random. Like
Yeah.
Spikeball isn't. It's obviously it's not like baseball or basketball or soccer, but like it's right below those like top level sports.
Yeah. Just within the
Like
last like 10 years.
yeah, it's almost like you met like the creator of volleyball or something like that. Like not
Yeah.
quite, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. So like he lives around here.
Yeah, apparently I think he must live up kind of close to you in like the Fishers or Noblesville area.
Yeah.
But he's like a toy inventor. I guess that was probably his most profitable thing that he, or not profitable, popular thing that he had ever invented.
Yeah.
But when he invented it, it just didn't take off. And so he didn't patent it or have like any copyrights or trademarks done. And so someone else like took over and created their own like spike ball net and stuff. And then the sport blew up. and so he's made $0 off of
It's really
Spikeball.
sad.
What?
Yeah, it's wild.
Wow.
But really nice guy. He's got plans to start making some money off of the sport. But yeah, he's a cool guy.
Huh.
You're gonna
That's so cool.
mess-
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of news this month with anything like big. Pass off the baby.
Oh, he's not in it.
So I just kind of put a couple things that were related to stuff that we care about. So Warzone Season 2, like uh, halfway through each season, they usually have like another big update to like push more content like halfway through each season. So this one's coming out this week on Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday. And it's got a bunch of new stuff, which will be exciting. Um, so there's going to be a new raid in multiplayer, which is exciting for those of us that bought the game.
Shots fired.
Not David.
I might, as much as I've been playing Warzone, I might buy the game. But then with how much fun I'm having playing for free, it's tempting to not. We'll see if it goes on sale here
Yeah.
anytime soon.
But the raid is really fun because it's like a really long campaign mission, but you play it co-op with 3 people. So, and it's like super difficult. And so I think the first time that we played through it, it took us like over 2 hours. And then the second time was just under 2 hours, I think. So, just for this one mission, like it's super difficult.
Yeah.
But it's so
Cool.
fun.
It's cool that they're doing another one. Apparently, it must have been a hit.
Yeah.
Or maybe they knew it was going to be a hit and were already working on it once they released the other
Yeah,
one.
I think they probably had a feeling it would be. I think raids in multiplayer games typically are pretty popular as long as they're done right. So, yeah, I hope the new one is similar. I mean, the first one is like so difficult that it's like frustrating. But
That's what can make those fun, though. I feel.
yeah, and you feel a lot more accomplished when you actually beat it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's something you would really like. I kind of wish it was like part of the free package or whatever, but
I might end up getting it at some point.
yeah. We're running out of time. 10 more minutes. There's a new map for multiplayer, new gun. Party modes are coming back, which is really nice. Like, they brought back gun game at the beginning of the season, and then one in the chamber, all or nothing, drop zone, which are some of the games we end up usually playing, like when we're playing like private matches and stuff.
Yep, those are so much fun.
So like one in the chamber is the one that you only have one bullet, and then each kill you get another bullet. All or nothing is like throwing knives only, and you get ammo for each kill you get with those and stuff. So nice to see those return.
I had so much fun a few weeks ago when we were playing it. Jeez. Excuse me. When we were playing Advanced Warfare, and like we were doing like the I think one time we didn't do any weapons. It's like we would load in and we would have to just punch each other.
Yeah.
Which is an added layer when you're able to jump around with those packs, and
yeah.
that was fun. Or like I think we did one with just rocket launchers. Like doing silly stuff like that's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Something that we like used to do in Halo like way back in the day, and then it's just as fun in Call of Duty too.
Yeah.
Probably the weirdest thing about this update is the Ninja Turtles crossover.
No, that makes perfect sense. I've been thinking about how they should do this for a while now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's no weirder than like all the other events that they've done, like King Kong and Godzilla, and, uh, Terminator and stuff like that. So right now, Shredder is going to be an operator, and I don't know if we're going to see like actual Ninja Turtles as operators. I mean, I'm kind of into it a little bit. I think it's stupid, but also kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very cheesy, but
Yeah.
it is going to be really funny if we see Ninja Turtles more so.
I wonder if but wouldn't you have to like wouldn't they have bigger like hit points? Like how do I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Like a hitbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
probably.
that would be the tough part about it.
Yeah, like if you really want to look stupid, it's going to be a bigger target.
Hey, I'm used to paying the price to look stupid, not only in real life, but uh, I remember one of the first 2Ks, NBA 2K games I got super into. Um, I would make the shortest, fattest character I could, and then make the dumbest face I could, and then give him like a giant pink afro,
Yeah.
and he was just the most ridiculous character ever. And I was already not that good at the game, and then having a build like that made me even worse. But anytime we could get a win, it was
It just makes it so much more worth it.
so satisfying to beat someone that is clearly trying really hard.
Yeah.
You just have a ridiculous character.
Wouldn't you like come up with really stupid names too?
Well, so online that wouldn't matter, but yeah, like when we're playing with like Daniel, Alec, and Scott and everybody, like my character's name is Buckets Magoo. We've got apostrophe Mo, who's literally like his first name is literally just an apostrophe.
Yeah.
His last name's Mo. Uh, and then obviously the GOAT is Steve Novak,
Yeah.
the greatest of all time.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, sorry, I'm
Okay.
getting off track. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, so yeah, that's the Call of Duty Season 2 Reloaded update is coming, I think, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I forgot to look. Um, other than that, Starfield, the legendary Bethesda game that's been delayed a couple times, got delayed again.
Yeah, it's
Um,
one. This game I'm not following as much as you would think I would, because I think I'll really enjoy the game when it comes out. But they didn't release anything on it for so long
yeah.
that it just wasn't even worth trying to keep up with, and so I just haven't.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't really been that much to keep up with. Have released like little tiny teasers here and there, but they're kind of keeping it close to their vest for a while. Um, just because I don't think they want to, like, they don't want to get people too hyped up before it's like actually ready and
Yeah,
like actually close to release. So they delayed it only a couple months from June to September. Um, but I think it's a good thing because this is a really, really big title for them and for Xbox because it's an exclusive, and they they really messed up their last release with Fallout 76, so they kind of need a win, and they're kind of known for their games for being like kind of janky, so they can't really afford that this time.
I just don't even know anymore if a game being pushed back is good or not. Like, I guess it's good in the fact we're like, okay, they're trying to clean it up, but I feel like sometimes these games, these like developers and companies get so far in over their heads that they keep pushing it back because they're trying to fix things that they can't fix. I don't know. Like maybe I'm wrong. That's just what it feels like has been happening with some games lately, where they're so broken that they can't get them to a good state. But
Uh, I don't know. Do you have an example?
Well, so this isn't a good example because they don't even push it back. But like some of the yearly releases, like I always go to like Madden's one where it's so broken. It doesn't matter if they push it back. Like the game's been out for like it's 75% into like its life essentially until the next Madden comes out, and it's still broken.
Oh,
Um,
well,
and
yeah.
I feel like there's other games that have been like that. There was a big one. I can't think of what it was. There's been a couple big ones that just were released in such poor condition. I'm trying to think of. Um,
But the ones that were delayed?
I don't see. I guess that's the thing. I guess I don't know if they were delayed.
Yeah. I think with Madden, like, even though they're not fixed like 75% into their life cycle, I think a big part of that is because they know they just have another one that's coming out the next year. So I don't think they
Yeah.
probably put a lot of resources into that. Whereas games like this is their one game that they've been making for 10 years. So
Yeah, I'm
I think
trying to
that's a
look
big
into what
difference.
like the ones I'm thinking of. I What's funny is I do feel like Fallout may be one of the ones I was thinking of, but I don't know if it was delayed. But I know there were a couple others, and I can't.
So there's the big one was Cyberpunk that was a
That
really big game.
that's the one. That's the main one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was delayed, but not by much. And I don't think that was that is a good example of like something that they should have taken way more time for the like promises that they were giving people. Um, it's kind of like Star Citizen, where it's like they have this huge vision and this huge game that they want to make, but they know it's going to take a long time to make it. But with
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, they just decided to set a release date and go with it, despite it definitely not being ready for it.
Well, and No Man's Sky is another one that I was thinking of, where they weren't even close to being able to release what they had promised. It's different because it wasn't buggy; it just was missing. Well,
Yeah,
maybe it was buggy. I don't remember. But like the
incomplete.
biggest problem is that it was missing features.
Yeah,
And, like they could have pushed it back until now, and like now, yeah, they've got everything, but like they weren't even close when they released it. So I guess that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. We're like, I guess I just don't know. I think pushing it back is usually a good sign, but I don't know. I'm always skeptical anymore. Just
yeah. I mean, there's so many examples of games that just come out so buggy and broken. I think with No Man's Sky, they their big update was like a couple years ago, I think, of when they were like, "Oh, this is the big relaunch," and like, "This is where we actually should have been at launch and stuff." And then everyone like agrees with that and is like, "Yeah, this is actually really good. Like, this is how it should have been." But
yeah,
that was like 4 years after it initially launched, so
yeah.
they just
That's
really
a
needed
game
that
that's
much more
got
time.
that game's got a lot of depth.
Yeah,
That's a cool game. I don't know why I haven't gotten into it more, and I think it's partially because of some of the like survival mechanics felt really repetitive, and
yeah,
I don't like the overly like, sci-fi cartoony vibe. Um,
yeah. The art style is a little weird.
yeah, and then there's a few other like minor gripes that I have, um, but like it's just the game itself kind of is too arcadey. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah, I know what you
but
mean.
nonetheless, that's personal preference. It's a solid game for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Starfield is definitely, I think it's definitely more your speed from what we've seen and just what I know of Bethesda games in general.
Yeah, I
Um,
wonder if it ended up being a huge hit if they would make it multiplayer somehow. Whether it's co-op, which would be cool, that I don't think enough games do, or just full out like open world MMO would be really cool. But
Yeah.
I doubt it. But it is something where if it's legitimately a great game, that's something I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I mean, their games are known for having like really good mod support. So like their past games, I think Skyrim has a mod that lets you play it co-op now. So if they don't do it, then I'm sure the modders will figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So yeah, I'm really excited for it. So
So another thing that came up recently that I guess we could talk about. I didn't put it into our like discussion board thing. Um, it was leaked recently that people within EA Sports that create Madden are apparently like a lot of the people on that team are like on the hot seat with how bad it's been lately. Which why didn't this happen 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago is beyond me. Or you could
yeah,
go back further than that. There hasn't been like a good Madden game, in my opinion, since 2012. There's been some hit or miss stuff, but it's all that was the last good one. So I mean, anything much after that, I mean, you could argue there hasn't been a good one, and people should have already been on the hot seat. But uh, it was leaked, and not by EA, which I think is important, that people are going to start losing their jobs if Madden 24, which would be next year's release, isn't a massive improvement. And I think the big thing is just the bugs, how buggy the release was. I
yeah,
don't think actually making the game better is their biggest concern. Um, but it's interesting that it was leaked that like people are going to start getting fired if they don't clean it up, which is I'm not going to put too much stock into it, but it's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Definitely interesting. I mean, there's so many like mass firings going on in the whole tech industry in general right now. So it doesn't surprise me that they're kind of threatening with that, but
It just stinks because it's got to be just the people at the top that are
yeah,
deciding how much to spend, how big of a team should we have, and making the big picture decisions. Like
yeah,
the developers are just doing what they are able to do, like with the
yeah,
tools they've been given.
yep, pretty
But it's
much.
also interesting. This comes when 2K is going to be, they should be releasing their new arcade style football game next year. And then there is an indie developer that's making a promising looking football game right now that's free to play. Um, so it's interesting timing too at that.
Yeah,
I figured I'd mention that too. The
yeah.
Madden stuff. Gotta keep up with the Madden news.
You are my source for all the Madden news.
All
You
right.
guys, are you guys going to ever start up that Madden franchise thing again?
If everybody got onto the next gen, I actually would have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah,
Because, like I've said on here before, the gameplay from the Xbox One to the Series S and X actually made big improvements. So, yeah, I would actually, if I had more time, like if I had a lot of free time where I could commit, I would just join any league I could find.
yeah,
And do that. But I can't make that kind of commitment. So it would have to be a smaller one with friends. But yeah, I have my complaints, but I can have fun with Madden for sure.
yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes with every. Like I could say that about Call of Duty. Um, so it's just like, especially since Madden's your only option really for like a
That's the
for
worst
currently.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and even when 2K comes out with a game, like it's not exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, it could be really good, but like I really want a good simulation style game where it's really mimicking what you see in real life in the NFL. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for I wonder if you'd have any recommendations. Probably not. So um I know me and Natalie are going to be looking for games to play, like good phone games to play while I'm on the road. So like I don't know. I don't follow phone gaming at all.
I don't either.
But something or just something like when I'm maybe if I leave for like a weekend run or a week run. So like they have things where you can video chat and play games at the same time. That's what I really need to find.
I
But
have, I didn't even know that was a thing.
well, I'll do my research and get back to you.
Yeah, you're coming to the wrong person.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't know much about it.
I don't keep up with mobile gaming at all.
I'd be curious with having a decent phone now, what type of games I could play on this thing.
Yeah. I mean, Call of Duty Warzone is coming out with a mobile app this year at some point. So
So
that's pretty
now with
cool.
that, is that supposed to be its own separate game, or would those
Yeah.
people be playing with everyone else?
It's its separate game. It's actually going to start out with the old Verdansk map from the first Warzone.
It's gonna be tempting to like give that a try.
Yeah, I mean they have Call of Duty Mobile right now, and it has a battle royale on it, but and it's okay. I do like if I'm like super bored somewhere and I have nothing else to do, I do sometimes whip that out, but um, it's not it's not my favorite thing. It's like it's very like catered towards like younger people.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it probably, excuse me, it probably almost has to be, just with the limitations in general of trying to game on a phone.
yeah, just that's the primary demographic of mobile gaming is kids with phones and iPads. So
Yeah. It is crazy how just every kid has an iPad. Like, and they're content with it. Like, I feel like so many younger kids and like, even teenagers, I feel like they have an iPad and they don't feel like they need a gaming PC or an Xbox or a PlayStation. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe it's just a certain type of person, but
yeah, I don't know.
obviously kids are still on console games. But
Yeah, I think the age for like getting into console or PC is definitely older now than it used to be because of that. Because back in the day, like you would have like a Game Boy or like a Nintendo DS or whatever, and like that was kind of like for the younger generation. But the average age, I feel like from moving on from that to console or PC or something like that was a lot lower, a lot younger. Whereas now
my
it's usually like high school.
my favorite Christmas of all time was I must have been in like first grade ish. No, when would it have been? Yeah, because I think it. I'm trying to. It doesn't ultimately matter that much. I think I was in like first or second grade, and we got a GameCube for Christmas. It was like
Yeah.
a gift for all three of us brothers. And I remember waking up early, like getting up at like 6 in the morning so I could get up and play on the GameCube. Like we would all do it.
Yeah.
Like we were playing these, like Crazy Taxi, Wave Race Blue Storm, Smash Bros. And it was one of the best times of my life.
Oh yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
that, and then being married.
Yeah, that's how it was for us with like the PS2 and stuff. Yeah,
I was addicted, and I was so excited.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, we could probably dedicate a whole episode to just. I mean, we kind of have before, but
Sort of.
just all the systems and games that we used to be addicted to.
Yeah. I just those games were so much fun. And then so you had a lot of siblings, and then like I had a couple two older brothers. And then when we were younger, our neighbors, our next door neighbors, one of them was my age and then one of them was Daniel's age. So like just constantly like they would come over or whatever, like we would all be playing
Yeah,
you know, just playing games together on the GameCube in the same room. It was so
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of how it was. We didn't have any neighbors really that would come over, but we had like old family friends like Drew Mason and a few other people that would come over and um, have similar situations. Like I think I think I've told the story on this podcast before of how like we had the PS1 and we didn't have a memory card for it. So we would have to just leave the system on like overnight or like while we were at school or whatever and like
Just hope that it didn't shut off or
yeah,
overheat.
hope it didn't overheat or like hope that our mom didn't notice that it was still on and like turn it off or unplug it or something. Good times.
Yeah, I'm glad we knew about memory cards.
Yeah. Be very glad.
All right, well, a little bit of a shorter podcast today, but
Yeah.
I'm sick. So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's remote, so it's not as fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I looking forward to getting back to it in person in May. For anyone that's made it this far, we've been streaming. We obviously won't be doing it as much with me being out of town. I guess you might be, but
Yeah, I might try to do something.
yeah, but we've been streaming a lot of our Call of Duty shenanigans. I think we'll probably be trying to improve on those streams even. Like I know I might try to get a webcam and improve my setup, and my internet's getting better again, so I might start doing my own streams too. But,
Yeah,
check those out.
that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.